Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the card for the weekend, the 26th and 27th of August. Now, strange one, we've got the cards for the weekend, but they really weren't that nice. And I hate leaving and ending on a bad note. So what I done was I went to pull an Osho card as well, because we all know that Osho usually says it like it is, and the advice that Osho gives is often very good. I picked the deck up, went to shuffle, and three cards fell out together. So we have five cards all together today. I'm rushed for time, and I've got to do them. So bear with me, please. Right, okay, so we'll start with the tarot for Saturday. This is Saturday's card. And the card that's came in is the Five of Rods. Five of Wands in traditional tarot, Five of Rods in the Morgan Greer deck. Now, we've had quite a few fives this week, and as I've said, fives are middles. Fives often bring confusion and chaos and things like that. So it's not stopping. So sorry, if you wanted your bank holiday weekend to be all plain sail, and then, don't blame me. But this card here, this depicts like conflict, quarrels, arguments, it's defenses, there's tension. When I first initially picked this card, what I got in my head was the song Two Tribes. And it was like, when two tribes go to war, one is all that you can score. So this is a fight of some sort, a lot of confusion expected when this comes in, and a feeling of battling with other people. It's like being ready to go into battle here. So there's a fierceness with this as well. And there could also be you having to fight for yourself, because there could be a way that you're feeling a bit victimized. It's like people ganging up on you because I don't know if it's bullying. I don't want to say the term bullying, but it's like I feel that there's more than one person at you. I mean, if we have a look in there, there's quite a few people, and they're all, they're all just ready to attack, and ready to defend as well. So what comes in with this card as well, which is it's like I say, I'm oh God, I don't want this. But what's coming in with this is I really feel that there's quite a lot of internal battles as well. There's nothing worse than somebody telling us what we're doing isn't right, because they plant a seed within us, and that makes us start to doubt ourselves. I was talking to a very close friend of mine this week about that, and it's so sad that they actually doubt themselves because of somebody else actually trying to gain power, and sort of making them doubt and question themselves and their motives. So this, I feel, is going on, as well as external battles, and perhaps even like physical battles. I mean, I'm not saying fist fights or anything, but like I say, I feel that there's a lot of tension around this. So it's just I'm feeling quite under attack with this. This is what's coming in, and with this, there's a lot of anxiety coming in with it as well, because like I say, when you feel that you've got to be on your guard, and you feel that you've got to fight your corner, and you're sitting waiting for a fight, because it's coming, it brings in a lot of anxiety. So it seems like everybody's opinion is different to yours today. So, again, this is making you question yourself, because, if everybody else says that this is wrong, is that, am I the one in the wrong? And if you're living your truth, and if you're speaking your truth, then no, you're not. This is the thing, and this is what happens, and when I've said, when we're on spiritual journeys or whatever, it does bring a lot of conflict, because there's other people who don't agree with it. I mean, I've been told that I work for the devil, and that I need to take Jesus Christ into my life and all of this. I get messages on a daily basis from people like this, and to be honest, I just laugh at them, because I know that I do this work because this is what Spirit want me to do, and if that helps one person, then that is why I'm here, and that is what I'm doing my job for. But like I say, there's a lot of people with other opinions on that. So like I say, opinions are great for people to have, but when they start projecting their opinions onto you, then that isn't cool. So the best thing I would say with this at the moment is to try and clear the air. because a clearing is needed. You know, I don't feel that we ever get people to fully understand us. But the thing is, you know, within this power struggle, if we let our ego in with this, then we actually join that in. Somebody can only have a fight if we are prepared to fight back. So this, what I would say is the best course of action at the moment, is to state what you need to say clearly. Be strong within your within your views, within your opinions with this, and don't engage. You know, that is, you know, the art of war. Don't engage. You know, so somebody can scream, shout, kick, scream, whatever, but if you just stand there, you know, with your hands up, there's nothing they can do. They're gonna eventually have to stop. So everybody is not thinking on the same page as you at the moment, and like I say, there's a lot of disorder and a lot of tension, but please just stand your ground. You don't have to fight to be a winner. I mean, like I say, that Two Tribes song, you know, 1 point is all you can score. So, you know, there's never going to be a winner in this. But if you can, you know, if you can walk away from a fight without doubt, and without doubting yourself, and knowing that you haven't engaged, and knowing that you are fighting for your rights, then, you know, that is all you need to do. You know, you need to have that trust within yourself, because, you know, people are always going to disagree with us, and people are always going to have their opinion on how we should live our lives. But as long as we know and we're prepared to do that, then, you know, they can fight all they want. We're not engaging in it. So it's really a detachment from any of this today, because what it'll do is, if you engage in it, you'll end up all worked up yourself. So, you know, it's, we haven't got control of what other people say or what other people do, but we have control over how that we let that affect us. So like I say, it's not a case of biting your tongue here. It's a case of just not engaging, I think, on Saturday. So then we come to Sunday. And Sunday, again, I've just got a mass rush of anxiety there, like an adrenaline rush there. So sorry. So like I say, be prepared for that. Be prepared. So Sunday, we get to the Four of Pentacles. Now, again, not a nice card. It's you know, it's really coming in with this. Oh, sorry, I've just got cramp in my foot. so sorry. Right, okay. Compose yourself, Tanya. So yeah, with this card, the Four of Pentacles, what's happened here is this person in this card has closed themselves off. It may have been because of what other people have said to them, but he's closed himself off. If we have a look here, he has the pentacle over his crown chakra. So it's like, right, okay, blocking off, you know. And he seems to be clinging here to what he's got, you know. But what he is holding on to here, I feel, is holding them back as well. It was Benjamin Franklin said, those who desire to give up freedom in order to gain security will not have, nor do they deserve, either one. So this really comes in with the Four of Pentacles. It's like, it's the greatest, you know, quote that goes with that. Because when we shut ourselves off, what we're doing is we're confining ourselves, you know. No, we stop the flow. When there's no flow, there's no movement. When there's no movement, there's no life, you know. So this is by disconnecting. Disconnecting is different to not engaging, you know. Disconnecting does us harm. Not engaging does, you know, stops us from getting into the drama of things. So if we have a look at this guy, there's a wall behind him, so he's not going anywhere. You know, he's clinging on to what he's got here. And the thing is, because he's clinging on to this, his arms aren't open, so he cannot actually receive anything more. So there's a real feeling of insecurity in this, and like I say, I feel self-doubt as well, and a lot of clinging to attachment as well. And it's like he's clinging to this situation for dear life. And he fears that by making this move or getting over that wall, his stability, security will diminish. So he's thinking it's right, okay, it's best just to sweep this issue under the carpet, you know, and just carry on as normal. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you want to carry on being unhappy and living a life where you feel flat. I mean, look, you know, he has his pentacles, which is his money there. You know, he's got everything, but does he look happy? You know, there's an element of control comes with this card as well, along with maybe possessiveness as well. It's like, this is mine, you know, and I want to cling on to it. And it's about like not letting go, you know. And I also feel this as well is internally keeping things to yourself as well, because it might be that you know that other people won't want to hear what you have to say, but by ignoring it, it's not going to go away. It's still in there, you know, and it will start to scream to get out. You know, anything that we keep hidden and keep suppressed eventually bursts forward to the surface, you know. So when this card comes in, what I'm getting here is like, it's you need to look at, why are you feeling threatened by change? You know, what other issues are coming to light here, and what is it that you are really, really scared of? Because there's a lot of fear coming in with this card, and fear can hold us back so much, but fear is not real. Fear is a liar, you know. The thing is, with there's so many projections. It's like, you know, when you're a kid and you could lie in bed at night time and get all these fears and get yourself terrified, and you woke up the next morning and everything was fine again, you know. And this is it, you know. And it's like, this is exactly what's happening here. You've allowed fear to take over, you know. You've detoured into fear, and that is your choice if you want it. But the choice that you have to make here is, do you choose love and freedom, or do you choose fear and restriction? Because when we choose the path of love, you know, and this is love of oneself, this is love is when we let go of fear. So if we take that path, what happens is that opens up all of this freedom for us, you know, to live authentically, to have what we want, to, you know, to not be bothered about fear, to be fearless, you know, which is a fantastic way to be. When we choose fear, we are choosing restriction. So when we choose fear, we are confining ourselves, and, you know, we're putting ourselves in a box, and it's like, there's a big wide world out there and it's really scary, and I'm going to stay here in my safety. And that is not cool, because fear stops us from doing so much. So another warning that's coming in with this card as well is that it's like, have a look at the price that you're putting, the value you're putting on material things as well, you know, because it's nice to have them, and it's nice to have stuff that, you know, you've worked hard for and stuff. But do they really hold that much importance in your happiness? Because when we have a miserly attitude, which is coming in with this card today, because, I mean, to be honest, this card stinks of ego. I'm sorry to have to say that, but it reeks of ego here, you know. And it's like, when we have this miserly attitude and say, this is mine and I'm clinging on to it, you know, it can cut a lot of other people out as well, you know. So what good are having all of these lovely possessions if we don't have people there to share them with us? Neither, you know, because sharing is, you know, a beautiful aspect of life, you know. And what is coming in here as well is like, remember, if you have to cling to things or to people, you know, anything at all you feel you need to cling to, that is because you know deep down that it's not yours anyway, you know. So there's, like I say, a lot of ego going on here. So I really feel this is coming from this is coming from the battles that are coming out, is going to cause doubt, and you're going to cut off and stuff like that. But like I say, remember, if you choose fear, you choose restriction, and, you know, like I say, you cut off the flow. When there's no flow, there's no life. So the choice is yours, you know, love or fear. Right, okay. So sorry, they're down cards. I don't like them. My shoulders are really like tight, and I'm quite anxious with them. So I'm going to get to Osho now, because Osho, hopefully, it's like he's come to save the day, I think. And like I say, what happened was I went to shuffle the cards and 3 fell out. So, I thought I'd read the three. I'll not go massively into detail with them though. The first one we have is celebration. And I love this card because anybody that knows me personally knows that I love to be in the rain. I'm a little bit of a weirdo, and whenever it starts raining, I go out and I stand in it because I always say there's something about the rain that really makes me feel alive, and it just seems to wash all the troubles away. But this card is talking about that. If we look, they're rejoicing in the rain, and this it talks of just enjoying life, celebrating life. That is what it's there for. Life is, if you have a look at them people, they have no money. That is not costing them money to dance in the rain, but they're having the time of their lives. And this is because there's connections there with friendships as well. So this card talks a lot about, if you're going through this hard, this is, like I say, this is bleak. The feeling of this isn't good. So seek out your friends. This is when you will experience joy, when you are experiencing the simple things in life, and this is saying that, when you have true friendships and when you have that true connection with people, then nothing else matters. These people won't be wanting to attack you or whatever. They might tell you the truth, or they might, express their opinion, but they're not going to do that in a fighting way, and it's the moments that matter in life, when they're truthful and when they're heartfelt. That is what is priceless, and friends are the ones that they will remind you of your worth, when you have forgotten it. They will sing the words to your song when you have forgotten the words. They will stand up for you no matter what, and they will be there whether you're crying or whether you're laughing. And friends are the ones that will be able to make you laugh again, because life can get us down at times. But, having these true friendships and true connections, that is, what will make the sun shine again. So like I say, this is, being grateful for it, because there is these people there, that there is, just go out and have a little bit freedom, I get called soppy all the time because I tell my friends that I love them, and the reason I do that is because I've lost a lot of people that I wished I'd told more often. So, I never want anybody to go without them knowing how I feel about them, so I say it a lot, but I mean it every single time. And this is what I really feel there's people around you who want to say this to you, who want to tell you that things are going to be all right, and please just let them in to do this and let them have a little bit fun in your life, because the tension that I'm feeling here, you need to let loose, As Prince said, it's just come in there, life is just a party. And this is what, we've got to do. We've got to embrace everything, because life is short, and none of us know when our clock is going to stop ticking. So it's actually like not waiting for special occasions to let loose. It's actually just, just going out and enjoying yourself, not sitting within tension as well. There's sorry, that one's came in, that's a bit heavy and emotional there. Bloody hell, this job. Sometimes, I go, it's like a roller coaster. The second one we've got is New Vision. Now, this has been out 3 times. This is the 3rd time it's been out, so I'm not going to go massively into it. Like I say, it's looking at things differently. It's staying grounded. It's having that passion coursing through your veins, being grounded, and actually like shooting for the stars here. You don't want this downtrodden life. You are worth so much more than that. So it's finding your energy and coming back. Like I say, warrior pose with that one. And then the final one, and like I say, at least this is a nice one, because I get worn out with these. I feel every card, and it's hard at times. So what we have here is trust, right? Now, I absolutely love this card in the Osho deck, and it's such a beautiful card. And within this card, it's the Knight of Water. Now, in traditional tarot, most knights have armor on and everything. He's not preparing for battle. Like I say, this battle that's there, he's not wanting to engage in it. He is floating through the air because he shows no fear. There's a really lovely feeling around him here, and he's just going with what is. He can't see what's ahead of him. you know, but he's forgotten his past. He hasn't got anything with him. He's not taking anything with him, you know. He's free and he's surrendering because he has trust that he's prepared to take that leap into the unknown. Now, trust, this comes in a lot with this card, and it's not just trust in the universe, but, you know, trust is such a small word, but it's such a powerful one as well, you know, and trust is something that most of us have, but when it's been lost, it can go in an instant, you know. Trust is something that can disappear in an instant, and once it's gone, can we ever truly get it back, you know, especially for those that have broke our trust? Because when we trust somebody, we give them so much, you know, we open ourselves up fully to them and we become vulnerable. You know, we open our heart, you know, our ideas, our hopes and fears up to this person as well. So when this trust is betrayed, they not only shatter our ideas of them, but they also shatter our ideas of ourselves and our own judgment. So this can, you know, it's when trust is broken, it's not nice. It's a really, really intense feeling. You know, so when our trust is broken, we feel this sense of betrayal, and as a knee-jerk reaction, we might close off, like this card has done. But please don't do this, you know, because all that has happened is the person who has broke your trust has shown their true colours and has freed you from their lives, you know. So they have given you the key to walk away, you know, because they have betrayed your trust. And the thing is, do we really want people around us that we can't be open with? Or do we want to be surrounded with people here who we can completely be ourselves with, you know? Because if somebody has betrayed your trust once, the chances are they will do it again. My late mother used to always say to me that the best way to see if you could trust somebody is to trust them. And they will eventually show you. And that is something I thought was stupid at the time, but it's really sort of helped me throughout life, and it's a little bit of a mantra of mine as well, you know. And trust is a special thing. If somebody gives you their trust as well, then please, you know, be gentle with it. You know, it's a massive gift that they're given, and you know, it's something not to take advantage of as well. So this person in this picture has probably had their trust abused, because most of us have, you know. And although this would have caused him to be fearful for the future and in taking this initial leap, he's done it, and he's now regained his trust for the universe. And with doing this, he's regained his trust for others as well, and also for himself, which is most important. You know, he trusts in himself. He hasn't allowed himself to be tainted by what has been. He's kept his innocence, and he is ready to receive like all the wonderful abundance that awaits him. You know, he's floating through the air. I mean, the colours in this card, I don't know if they come out on video, but it's such a beautiful card. And, you know, I always say trust and surrender, and this is exactly what this card is saying. Now, Osho, when Osho, sorry, I'm really getting cramp. I think I'm sitting here for that long. When Osho talks about this card as well, what he says with it is, don't waste your life for that which is going to be taken away. Trust life. If you trust, only then can you drop your knowledge. Only then can you put your mind aside. And with trust, something immense opens up. Then this life is no longer an ordinary life. It becomes full of God. It becomes overflowing. When the heart is innocent and the walls have disappeared, you know, we've got the walls in here. This is how they all tie in. I love how the Osho work with tarot. When the walls have disappeared, you are bridged with infinity, and you are not deceived. There is nothing that can be taken from you. That which can be taken away from you is not worth keeping, and that which cannot be taken away from you, why should one be afraid of it being taken away? Because if it cannot be taken away, there's no possibility. You cannot lose your real treasure. So that all makes sense. I mean, I know it's all quite long-winded what I've gone into today, but like I say, we're working with egoic cards. There's so much ego in these. And ego is, you know, this is where the fear comes from. You know, when we're working from our ego, this is when we have fear. And, you know, what I feel the Osho card does is it brings us back to love. It brings us back to working from our soul and not our ego. And like I say, what they've said is, the simple things, the happy times, the changing your vision, the getting grounded, the connecting again, the taking that coin off the top of your head so that you can listen to what the universe has to say to you, and then leaving everything behind. Look at him, that any baggage he has would just weigh him down. He is floating through the air, and he has completely trusted and surrendered, and that is where he will find his treasure. So I hope they made sense to you. Like I say, they're heavy. I really I really get worn out doing these videos sometimes. But if they're helping, then that makes if. Please let me know if they're helping, because otherwise I'm putting myself through this for no reason. But no, seriously, I really enjoy doing them, and I just hope that the messages are coming across and the messages are helping in some way. So like I say, expect quite an egoic, tension-filled weekend. But if you just relax into it, trust yourself, trust the universe, and don't allow your ego out to play, then I feel you'll be fine and you will get through it. And then we will see what Monday has to say. Okay, so have a fabulous weekend, and I'll be back with the card of the day on Monday. Sat Nam.